to our next topic, and let's talk about Fat Joe. So, did y'all know that Fat Joe and Jadakiss had a podcast? I was like, there, everybody. I told you, everybody and their mama got a damn podcast. But anyway, so they had a podcast, and they were decided to debate about the reasoning behind why the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards were put on ice indefinitely. So during a Wednesday, August 6th episode of podcast Joe and Jada, the lean back rapper reacted to the announcement by BET CEO Scott Mills to Billboard. Now, Mills told the publication that there's been an indefinite pause of the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Music Awards, although the network has a team that's actively thinking about where those award shows might best live as the media climate. Now, Joey Crack and Jada, at first Jada did give his opinion, but Joey Crack decided to give his opinion and basically alluded to the fact that they're over there at BET cleaning house. Now, I do have the clip, courtesy of their show on the YouTube. I had to change up the audio and everything so that way, they don't be like demonetization and all that other stuff. So I'll play that clip. God willing, no ads will be playing in this damn thing. And then we'll come back and talk. Please hold.
Yo, yeah, man. You know what it is, Joe and Jada, man. Hip hop shit for the culture. I was scrolling yesterday. I seen BET is canceling the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards. Now, we all know our people. The BET, the Hip Hop Awards. So they started switching. I think they let you host it.
3 years. 3 years.
Kevin Hart do the last one, so they put a little bit of fluidity back into it. But it was a time when it got like the Ratchet Awards and nobody was really going and this and that. Then I guess with the passing of Don Cornelius, whoever was in charge of the Soul Train, I guess, I don't know, it slipped. It didn't have the same fluidity as it had other years, before he passed. Mm-hmm. So now they just canceling it. That's like a loss for the culture. What'd you say?
You want me to say? You just explain what do you want you to say?
I just gave
I got a different approach, man.
Okay.
My approach is factual. BET, this is a form of gentrification, what's going on right now. Right? So I don't know if y'all really want to ask me about this shit right here, right? So BET came up as a community station for Black people, right? In urban culture. And our man, Bob Johnson, took the check. He sold it, first Black billionaire, whatever the case may be. He sold it to Viacom and Paramount, MTV and them, VH1 and them. Little by little over the years, quietly, they've been firing a lot of people behind the scenes in BET, and everybody who has something to say, they've been firing them and this and this and that. And I know because I've been working on the BET Hip Hop Awards for 3 years. Shit was like the budget, not for me, but the budget just kept getting chopped and chopped and chopped. And last year, I debuted my single with Khaled in the VMAs, and Katy Perry's still flying through the air in the VMAs. They still blowing out of the cannons. They still flying in the air. They still got all the tricks. They still got the budgets. They got the shit, And so I think in the entertainment world, I don't think I know this was like a form of gentrification. They kept underfunding them, and you ain't got no money to be creative. That's why you was watching the Ratchet Awards and all that. They ain't had no bread. Last year we shot the last joint, and
They have bread for what they want to have bread for.
I'm so honored for the opportunity, Connie Orlando and the whole crew to let me host. That was one of the biggest things I ever wanted to do in my life. I look up, if I never told you, I look up to a Steve Harvey. So Steve Harvey's my guy at media that I want to be like. And so, that made me feel like I was Steve Harvey of hip hop and trying to keep it consistent. But I saw what they did to him. They just stopped the budgets. They started firing. I almost said arrested. They started firing a bunch of people who brought a lot to the table. And now we're left with, guess what? This ain't working. But nothing without no money, no promotions, no staff, nothing works. It just don't work. You might as well have called it the Independent Awards. And so no Soul Train, no BET Awards. But guess what? We got the VMAs.
Those ain't for us.
Well, you got, I'm being honest with you. I love the VMAs too.
I got the VMA, but
I love the VMAs too. But the point is, that's your answer in a nutshell. That's what happened.
So they left us with one award. So that ain't really ours anyway.
Yeah, but they got I think the main BET Awards.
No, the BET regular award is still there.
Yeah.
But that's still a little topsy-turvy.
Oh, no, that's that's the second away. The writing's on the wall. You see everything else falling down as a domino. That's the next one. One little fumble by Kevin Hart. One little joke too many. That shit over too. And so that's what it is. Sometimes, and I got a lot of friends at VMAs and MTV, and I love you guys. But, sometimes the goal is to buy your project to suppress you. You know what I'm saying? So the goal is, some big company might come and be like, we want to buy Rewind to 10. Throw us the Billy. And then shut it down. Yeah. This shit got to go. We got to keep this thing moving. Who knows? That's just our take on Joe and Jada.
Yeah. Save hip hop.
Yep, save hip hop. So I definitely 110% agree with everything that they pretty much set up in here. It's like, yeah, on one hand, it got to do with, okay, Soul Train Awards, BET Hip Hop Awards, wasn't a lot of people watching it. So yeah, the ratings were what they were because I still stand on the fact that I truly believe the reason why we don't have those shows anymore is because over the years, the way that people consume a lot of these award shows, a lot of the younger generation don't really care about all this stuff. All they care about is the little clips that you see on all the social medias, particularly TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or wherever you get your social media stuff or wherever you get your information. So I do agree with them, that could be the reason also. I also believe that it has been over the years that you get a lot of these when you sell black content to people who are white with a lot of money, they're always going to take our rhythm and then chop down our blues. So they're going to give all of our things to the white people, and they're going to give the bigger budget to the white people. Quiet as it's kept, them numbers over there at VMAs ain't all that either. Like, how many times we said on this show that when is the last time y'all actually seen a music video play on VMAs? Yet they have a VMAs every year. We got one coming up next month where they're about to honor Lady Gaga. And I guarantee you, whoever they got performing at the show, they're going to back up. They're going to pour as much into putting that show together as, seemingly possible. So we do have the BET Awards. It's said that, now all the pressure is going to be on the BET Awards because, that being the only award show standing, and then you have to put all these, we got to put all these categories to fit in this one show. That is kind of like a lot of pressure that's being put on them to be like, we have to have like a 3-4 hour show now so that we can hit every market of the music community, so we can give the Afro beats talent time to perform on stage, our hip hop stars, the OGs, the R&B girlies and boys, the pop acts that are black. Like, we got to sit and hit every category, and all the pressure's being put on them. Whereas with the VMAs, they have their same old people. They have their Sabrina Carpenters and the Chappella Rwanas and their Benson Booms, and maybe even trot out a veteran or two like a Mariah Carey or somebody like that. But for the most part, they don't really have to cater to the black talent because MTV they've never, no shade, but they've never really been for the true black talent. Black artists have had to fight to get screen time or, any kind of presence on MTV. As David Bowie, or you can't, he's dead, but David Bowie did an interview back in the day with MTV and called out MTV for the lack of black entertainment on their channel. And they were up there gagging. They wasn't expecting him to come out and say that, but David Bowie was a real one. I mean, he was married to Iman, one of the most beautiful black women in all of the world. So, so there was that. But I 110% agree with Fat Joe and what they were saying in regards to that. And you know what? I just love like the old school generation of hip hop artists where it's like, the new, and I know grift has been used as in a negative way, but this is a good grift. I like the fact that we have a lot of older rappers and people who were in the industry that understood the old school way the industry works, that are not afraid to get up on a podcast and call out the industry for the BS and the things that they do, and give us a little inside behind the scenes tea in the meantime. So I ask all of you, what do you guys think of this story in regards to what Fat Joe had to say? Do you believe him do you agree with him when he's talking about that, gentrification is the blame? Is the word, the way I was looking at it, I'm like, is gentrification the right word to use? I just feel like it just sort of like little by little, they just trying to get rid of, black entertainment. And then all of a sudden, everybody gonna think that white people don't invent every damn thing. So it's just erasing the culture, I would think. But maybe, I don't know. I don't see gentrification as being a word, but I just feel like that a lot of what's happening is like the culture is being erased by a lot of these mainstream conglomerates. But here's the thing: a lot of people don't watch linear TV, so it's all about the streaming and it's all about that. And it's up to us pundits to keep the history of hip hop and black music alive. Hence why you see Beyonce doing what she's doing with the Cowboy Carter and the Renaissance and all that other stuff. We got to be the ones that teach the kids, because the children are our future, in the words of Whitney Houston. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.